Okay, we're good.
The call order, roll call, Michael.
All right, we got Ricky Thomas, Kevin Waddles, Tim Bates, Brent Smith, Chip Dobson, Carl Kraft, and Kim Jacobs.
Start with a word of prayer. Most kind and gracious Heavenly Master, Lord, I want to thank you for another day that you give us, Lord. Woke us up, give us a breath of life, Lord. Thank you for physical court you've given us, Lord. Just ask, Lord, you lead and guide us and let us do your will in every opportunity, Lord. Above all, Lord, let's be pleasing to you, Lord. Lord, most of all, we want to thank you for sending your only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, dead on the cross, and have everlasting eternal life, Lord. Thank you for washing us in the blood of Christ, Father. It's in Jesus' precious holy name we pray. Amen. Pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, justice for all. Stay on the agendas of resolution for flood contractor payments. Everybody got a copy of those in there. I will state there's one minor mistake on that when it was turned in. The Balaam Branham should have been part of a haul log for CNH Construction on Red Oak, Sassafras, and Malley Road. He was a individual contractor who was working for CNH. So what we need to do on that, Michael?
So we don't need that on the list.
It does, but it's supposed to be that was supposed to be under CNH.
Okay. I can change it. On the copy that we signed, I can change that.
Okay.
So I need to change that to CNH contracting.
Yes.
Okay.
That's for $8,040, Kevin.
Okay. And I'll get you another check over later today then.
Okay. Just whenever be found, ain't no big rush. Rest of these are projects that's been completed for some time. I will state down King Creek Drilling, that's it's 400,000. That's what we could afford to pay him at the time. We still owe him probably upwards part of close to $1 million on drilling. The Castle Rock, I think it is a $240,000 project. We paid $200 of it. We tried to wipe out as many of the contracts that we could to get paid, but it's still additional invoice that's not been paid. This does not catch us up, but just try to want to keep you guys up to par and what we've got completed, I guess.
Judge, how much more will it take to get us back up to just get all the contractors paid that we owe right now?
About 1.5.
When is a state, are they going to maybe send anything else in here to get us through until the FEMA money comes through?
Well, we had applied for a $2 million EK safe, and we got 1.1. So we've got an additional request in, just waiting on the EK safe fund from the state to come through. It's coming mighty bit slower than I expected it to, but I will say, we do have everyone on standstill at this time, as far as doing FEMA work. But I guess there's a drill contractor or two working, but I did tell them that in the beginning that we could be 6 to 12 months on payment, and tell them at the front side, that way they know about it. And, if they choose to continue to drill, that's fine, but, get to a certain limit of that, then we'll cut that as well. But, I'll be honest right now, for the foreseeable future, I just don't see, much of any at all contract work until something really breaks loose. Currently at max capacity, and I just, it's tough. It's difficult to, to continue to acquire debt that you can't cover.
I know the state talks about their slush fund or whatever. Are there any way that we can try to do something for to get them to where that we can put some of these back to work and just earmark our FEMA money to them?
Well, right now we spent a little over 5 million, and we've got about 2.6 from the state so forth, and the initial discussion and talk from the state was we'll be approved on $8.5 million. I really don't foresee that much coming through, but a substantial amount of the FEMA money is already earmarked back to either the KCO loans that we had taken or back to the state on the EK Safe they had sent so forth. But until FEMA money starts coming back through, which is supposed to be on more of a fast track, but you know how FEMA and fast track is. Fast track for them's never. But we're doing the best we can right now with the in-house work. It's going to be mighty slow. We want to get as much work as possible done, but just that EK Safe at the state had projected it's just not really coming through as fast as it was supposed to be.
Yeah, if we're 1.5 in the hole, it's hard to keep on digging, Judge. I'll be behind you 100% on that.
Jeff, I know the Herald Leader had talked about that issue last week to me. I mean, they might want to talk to you. Maybe you need to talk to them about how progress just isn't happening because the money's not coming in fast enough. Maybe that might light a fire under the governor's office to turn that money loose to us.
And they're well aware. They're well aware too, because I got a call from the governor's office that a lady that I know had been calling my office, and we're being honest with people. Hey, we can't continue to have contractors work when we can't pay them. So she calls the governor's office and says, "Hey, judges suspended all road work." And I get a call from Department of Rural Municipal Aid, said, "Hey, the governor's came to me and he's highly concerned your guys are not getting any work done." I said, "Well, it's not that we're not getting work done. We're getting some in-house work done, but you can't continue to run these guys in $200,000 or $300,000 in debt per contractor when you can't pay them. I mean, that would break them. They can't stand it." So
well, I know last week when they talked to me about the Western Pocahontas property, that was an issue that got discussed, and I think they might want to do a story about that. Now, that might get their attention and turn that money loose quickly, or might make them mad at us. I don't know. That's for you. That's for y'all to decide out how you want to handle it. But I think you can make an issue out of it if you want to. Raising awareness that there's not a whole lot getting done here because this money that was earmarked for this or supposed to be used for this is just not getting here fast enough.
I say raise as much awareness as we can.
Well, I think Mr. Eastep would want to talk to some, if not all of y'all about this issue.
he stopped by. He dropped a card off here.
Did you talk to him?
He reached out with a phone call and said he'd be back by this week. So I figured we'll have a conversation this week.
Well, we might wait. We might wait till the conversation's over. What do you think?
The way I've dealt with him in the past, he gets around here and there and everywhere. You're better off calling him. because you can get a good conversation with him on the phone. So I would suggest just calling him back.
He likes a pretty good, intense, story. He likes those pretty well.
Well, I mean,
But
he
it-
asked me about how things are going. I said, well, the money's not getting fast enough. He said, you've heard of other complaints in other counties. He wants to, talk to y'all about that. And, I think it might help.
It definitely won't hurt,
As long as, you're just not trashing Andy's administration. I mean, I think he would understand that, we need it quicker. We need it much quicker than what we're getting it.
One thing I might add to this discussion is that the original, I think about, it's a little bit over $2 million out of our regular budget that we've spent toward flood damage. And, that's money that was already earmarked for other things. So that creates another issue as well that we've spent, because we had to spend it. It was during the emergency time. So what the judge is saying makes a lot of sense. And the fact that we can't continue to dig deeper in this hole because we're already into our own budgetary, our small budget, I might add, a little over $2 million.
Even before June, don't we have to put that back in those, those have to be spent accordingly, the way the budget was proposed?
Well, yes, they do. I mean, the money that we've got budgeted is things that are already set expenses. So it's going to cause some discomfort at some point. Now, we didn't really, we've taken a little money from the general fund to put in the road, which is fine. And the truck license fee that we normally, it's about $250,000 that we normally are allowed to transfer from the road fund to the general fund. We didn't do that. We skipped that because we knew the road needed the money. So we've already made some pretty serious adjustments to our budget. And we don't, when you take $2 million out of it, well, it's about what we really operate off of is about $7 million. So, what is that? About 30% of our budget we spend
Absolutely.
on this other stuff. And at some point, this is all going to zero back around on us. And, we're going to have that money in place or we're not going to be able to function the way we normally would.
I think the first call of order would be to get our own house back in order when this FEMA money starts coming back. Before we continue to spend that back out, we've got to get our own house back in order to meet that July 30 deadline. And I think it's priority. It's priority for me, and it has to be. And even though with CAECO loans and stuff, it's not going to put us on level playing field. So our only hope is to raise awareness that this EK Safe will continue to be distributed out. And speaking, Kevin, what time we're on? Which I know it's kind of off topic a little bit, but on budget issues and transfers and amendments, the 51,500 that we were awarded for the multi-county grant that we done with Floyd County. I was speaking with Aaron Jones, DLG, over the past week. He said, I guess we'll probably do like a 55,000 budget amendment for that.
Well, we wouldn't necessarily have to because we have some of those, some of the unknowns we have budgeted, a little excess in there because we don't really know how much we're going to get from those particular things. But now that one in particular, if it has to be put in as multi-county revenue, then yeah, we would have to do an amendment.
Yeah.
But the DLG and their wisdom doesn't allow me to make an adjustment for something that I know is going to happen. It has to already happen, which makes zero sense, but that's what we have to do.
Yeah. But, does anyone else have any questions on any of these invoices or any of these contractor payments.
I had a quick question, not about not particularly about what's on the agenda specifically, but overall about what's going on relating to this. This debris pickup program, who is running that? Because people are calling me with a lot of complaints about there's debris. I went there. They're making me go through an act of Congress to get on the list. Now they're not picking things. What's going on with that? Because there's a lot of debris out there people want to get rid of, which I would say we all do. We're not having much luck with it.
And it seems as if that's been a second round of sign up right now of the same stuff.
I mean,
That-
I talked to somebody and I won't name their name. They probably wouldn't care if I did or not, but aired property and, this gentleman's trying to get debris picked up on property his family owns. They're making him go through court orders. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to get rid of the debris. We all want it gone. I mean, who's running the ship here? Why are they making it so hard?
Personally, I think, just from my standpoint, I think it's funded, because everyone I've asked, we was down last week, and Calvin probably can relate to this. We've asked some of these other guys. I think what Electric can tell us, Calvin, they had tried to do a little bit of the debris, and they were $500,000 in and put the safe request in for that, and still nothing. Is that you read Chetty right on that, Calvin? That's
Yes.
kinda what you see.
Yeah, hit, far as Electric County goes, they're kindly in worse shape than what we are.
But
Once again, it's the money from the state
it's the EK safe. Everyone's afraid to take that lunch to go ahead and start cleaning it up. They're supposed to be in a EK safe for regular road work, and there's a EK safe for the buyout program. There's EK safe for debris, and seem like nobody is getting some of the counties are going ahead and doing the debris removal. Nobody's got any kickback from it yet. They've got no EK safe back to replenish what they're spending on it.
So once again, back to the same topic that probably needs addressing. We need a caravan to go down there to Frankfurt, look for who's got the purse strings.
That's what I've recommended.
Wednesday. We're going down Wednesday. You bail in, go with us, Tim.
I got something on my calendar. If it cancels, I'll go. Might. I don't know.
It's frustrating because these people they're not seeing EK safe, they're not seeing the state, or they're not seeing FEMA. They're looking at us and up one side down the other. Why is this not getting done?
Yeah, they are.
And it's hard. They're getting tired of hearing the same story. It's frustrating. We're the ones taking the heat over this, and no one else seems to care, I guess is the only way to put it. But
Hey, Judge, let me recommend something to you. I don't know that it'll help, but once we get the awareness out there to who we want to, I think it'd be a good time at that time to let the same awareness be spread out through our county and local media.
no, I mean, absolutely. I think that, that the more transparent that we can be with our people.
Right. That's where I'm getting to.
Absolutely. But let's move on to any other questions on these contractor payments, with the exception of the one payment that we've already discussed. Get a motion to approve those.
I'll make a motion.
Calvin makes a motion, get a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Next will be the sheriff's 2021 oil gas tax settlement. Copy in there. Have any questions? Get a motion to approve.
I'll make a
I'm-
motion.
Calvin makes a motion, get a second.
I'll second.
Carl Brown seconds, all in favor,
Aye.
opposed. Ayes have it. Get a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Calvin makes a motion, get a second.
I'll second.
Carl Brown seconds, all in favor,
Aye.
opposed.